AEW Double or Nothing was fantastic. You better watch out, Vince, because you got some competition, baby. You know, it delivered. 2 words, the best. It's very exciting to finally live in an era where we have some competition for the world wrestling entertainment. And we've been waiting for this type of competition because we used to hope that Impact or TNA would have provided it, but that never really happened. And we finally have some shit to put on Vince. Like, yo, bro, your product is garbage. And I'll be completely honest. At first, it was kind of slow. Obviously, we haven't seen this type of a wrestling show that's kind of edgy and this and that, especially with all of the blood, the ass slapping, everything in a long time. But, that's only because it's been such a long fucking time since we've seen this edgy content. And this is all we've ever wanted. Honest content, honest emotion, honest people who really, just like if you or me were about to fight, we would definitely be doing this shit because it's like, yo, this is what we want. We don't want any kitty land shit that, doesn't even exist in the real life. John Cena, what he did to professional wrestling, and along with Vince siding with him, it's ridiculous. Imagine John Cena coming in a Double or Nothing. He would not last a bit because it's just not that type of a content. It's so shitty, but Double or Nothing delivered, man. That Dustin versus Cody, amazing. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, man. Can you believe that talent that they got? Oh my god. And then, of course, Kenny versus Jericho was phenomenal as well. I mean, all these last minute finishers, kickouts, and just technical wrestling tables, and this and that. And of course, Jon Moxley just comes at the end, which is like, icing to the cake. When Jon Moxley came out, Dean Ambrose, for those, who are diehard WWE fans and not professional wrestling fans, when Jon Moxley came out, man, did you see the crowd? Did you see the crowd pop, man? That's what we want. The impact. The crowd going wild, and on top of that, when JR was calling and Moxley Omega, oh my god. It reminded me of the Attitude Era and, just the impact and like the concern that all the fans and the commentators had, for the action that was going down. And it was just amazing, man. I can't believe it. I think Jon Moxley made a amazing decision, and, bringing him out at the end after this, their main event, and, creating such an impact was a big FU to Vince McMahon and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon and the whole goddamn company, the creative team, everyone, because it's ridiculous. This is what WWE will have to compete with now, because it's AEW who's setting the bar in this term. It's not easy, being PG for almost, I don't know, like 10 years now. They're just used to giving us shitty content. They don't work on their storylines. They don't do anything. And here we are at Double or Nothing, where Cody and Dustin told us an amazing story. It was a bloody match. It was a very, it was telling a story. And that's what we've been wanting from professional wrestling. That we wanted a story in a match that keep you glued on the TV screen. And, just at the end, the promo that Cody cut, phenomenal, man. Amazing. The ending to a story, after that battle that they had that became so bloody and this and that, a family tearing apart, and at the end, this dude is genuinely crying that, hey, I need my big brother. Like, dude, we haven't had a genuine storyline like that in professional wrestling in God knows how many years. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, amazing, man. Kenny is obviously, hands down one of the best wrestlers out right now, according, in my opinion. He's very entertaining to watch. And Chris Jericho, of course, he's a legend. And the way, his heel act is one of the best in the business, and the way he did it, amazing. And then here comes Jon Moxley out of nowhere and just dirty deeds. I don't know what they're going to call it here, but dirty deeds to everyone. And then him and Omega, I couldn't honestly, that was such a big fan moment when I saw him turning to Kenny Omega. And it was just like, damn, bro, it's like two worlds finally collide. Where, Jon Moxley and Omega, I did not even think about that in the longest run, that this would be an exchange at Double or Nothing. Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley, what? That was the best surprise that they gave us, honestly. Along with the Awesome Kongs and everything else. Excuse me. But, along with the Awesome Kongs and everything else, and it was just crazy, man. It was nuts. From the Casino Royale was, pretty entertaining. MDF, I think that's his name. Amazing heel. He talks a lot. The AEW World Heavyweight Belt is something that I have my eyes on. It's amazing, man. It's finally something that looks prestigious compared to some shitty pop star world title that's at WWE. That's just their big company logo just written all over it. And here you have something prestigious, something that was, professional wrestling, man. It looked like it means something, rather than just another WWE title that doesn't mean shit. None of the WWE titles mean shit now. And it felt like, yeah, this is something that they do want to fight for, that means something to them. And once they get it, they'll have to defend it, and they'll have to really carry the company on their backs because it means something. And that's the best part about it. Bringing out Bret Hart, amazing. That was another FU to Vince. And then obviously when Cody was coming out to his entrance and, knocking down, a lot of people are saying that they don't like the WWE references, but I think I do like them because this is where they're setting the bar and they're setting the tone. This is the complete competition right here. That, hey, step your game up because we're coming. And, they exactly, they know who they're talking to. And, I think the message has been delivered. I'm actually waiting for Raw this week because that Triple H or somebody in the company is going to definitely send shots to AEW. And I think that, once Tuesday Night Dynamite or wherever, there's a rumor that, they might even change it to Wednesdays or something. But let's see when they kind of announce that, because that's when the main deal is going to hit, like how their storylines are going to go. Because Double or Nothing was great, man. It started off slow, but eventually, some of these matches, man, I'm actually going to watch Double or Nothing again today to kind of take a closer look to everything and, kind of relive the moment. It's one of those things, man. Let's see what happens. In my previous videos, that's what I've been talking about, where, it really depends on where, how Double or Nothing performs, and, where they go from there. And I think AEW really sent a clear message that, hey, we're a company that's not playing games, and we're here, especially, man, I love the Japanese and Mexican influence on here, because, man, all these different styles of wrestling, especially Japanese, dude, these guys are some phenomenal wrestlers. I have not seen these types of moves, unless in, Pro Japan, New Japan, but in the WWE, it's just all like you have 5-6 moves, a clothesline, a finisher, and this and that. But all these like very tricky moves, and all these unexpected reverses from the top, all these high fly. This is something else, man. And this is something I really, really thoroughly enjoyed about the show. It feels like I paid, I watched it through BR Live, and, I had no problems on getting onto it and, watching it and everything. And, it felt, I paid the $50, but honestly, I was so happy to pay that $50, because it's just, it feels like I did pay for something, It feels like, hey, I got what I paid for. And that's the best part about it. Of course they had some botches. Of course they had, this and that, some camera issues, technical difficulties. But hey, even after that, if people are content and very happy with the product, that's saying something. That's saying something very big. So, let's see where they go from there, man. That's my little review on it. And, we could have an in-depth one. Let me know if you guys want one. And, we'll just keep making videos like this. And finally got a subscriber. Thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate it. Definitely like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys, want to talk about. What do you think? Let me know where you think AEW is going to go from here. And how do you think that the WWE is going to react? I think Vince is now officially on the time bomb, because he needs to figure out how to save his company at this point. He really needs to figure out what he's going to do from here on out, to figure out how he's going to save his ratings, how he's going to save his, reputation, and how WWE is not going to become the next WCW. Because that's what it's looking like. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. WrestleFlow fans, I love you all. And good night from here, all right?